Hello, Facebook. What is up? I can't believe the day is gone today. So, as you guys are popping on here, let me know what you guys are up to. If you're watching the replay, feel free to post replay below. Otherwise, tell me where you guys are at, how your weather is, what you're planning for dinner. I don't know. Just tell me something. Give me something here. I don't want to make this video too long. However, I want to speak about something that I am a little passionate about, and some may not like to hear this, but that's okay, because I'm not here to please everybody. I'm not here to make anybody feel comfortable. I'm here to speak out on what I feel like God calls me to speak out about and to serve wherever I can. So anyways, I see eyeballs are on, but I really don't know who's all on, what you guys are doing, where you're from. So just pop something in the chat, talk to me. This is what a whole live video is about. Otherwise, I have no problem just making a video and posting it on there. Anyways, actually, tell me how many kids you guys have. That's what I want to know, because this is about kids. Hey, Dana, what's up? How is it? It's cold outside. It's, it was warmer yesterday, but, it's not too bad. It's not my type of, weather, though. So anyways, let me know how many kids you guys have, if you guys have kids in the household, or even if you have older kids, tell me how old they are, what they like to do and stuff like that. Because I wanted to pop on here because, so you all know I am a single mom of 4 kids. They range in different ages. So my oldest is 16 and my youngest is going to be 4 in July. And we all know that we're in a different generation, right? So we're in this different generation where we have access, literally they have access to anything and everything at their very fingertips, right? They've got a whole computer on their phone, right? It's a whole computer. That wasn't like that when I was a kid. We didn't have access to searching up Google, searching whatever we wanted to, anytime that we wanted to. And even if you think about the movies that you watched when you were a child, I don't know about you all, but stuff has changed, right? We all know that. It's changing every single day. So I just want to talk to you guys about a few things here. Number 1, do you have something set in place where you are monitoring what your kids are doing? Do you really know what they are doing, who they're talking to, what they're talking to about, and what they're being exposed to? I have been told, I'm a pretty strict mom, so on my kids, if they have iPhones or iPads, they are restricted where they can't download any sort of apps. Their websites, guess what? I have to approve and allow the websites that they go onto. YouTube, my oldest is the only one that has it, and that's because he uses it for some music and stuff like that. My other ones don't, and they've also have had transitions where things have gotten taken away, like messages and FaceTime. But I think, so let me talk a little bit here quickly about some things. Number 1, there are so many different games out there right now where you can be going on to chat with people. And a lot of things that kids are doing nowadays, whether you want to hear this or not, a lot of kids are going on these games to talk to people, because that's what we have, right? We've got the social media aspect, and they're utilizing it for role play. And if you are not careful in what is going down, I'm going to tell you right now that you may have no idea what your kids are doing. So, as you guys are popping on, I asked a question of how many kids you have and what ages they are. But anyways, I want to talk about how stuff has changed so much since I was a kid, and I get it, right? We have social media, we have access to our fingertips, and then I'm also going to drop a video link below that I think that you guys should watch. My kids and I watched it and everything, but it's very powerful and impactful about how much Hollywood has a lot to do with what you're seeing and everything. But movies, games, they're all desensitizing things that your kids are watching, even what you're watching. But for instance, you have kids that are being exposed to sex, drugs, alcohol. I could go on and on and on, right? Killing. How many of your children play games where you're sitting there shooting people, and you may not like what I have to say, and that's completely okay. You can get off of my feet. I really don't care. Like I said, I'm not coming on here to please what you want to hear. I'm coming on to open up and have you understand and realize that what your kids are watching, what your kids are listening to, the games that they're getting on, and what they can do in them, you may have no idea or clue what's going on. But they are desensitizing stuff in what they're watching and what they're seeing. And so if you have kids right now that are watching movies where every other word is an F-bomb, what do you think's going to happen? It is normal. People swear all the time, and I'm not saying if you swear, cool, awesome, that's your thing. Not saying anything that I don't swear. I used to be a sailor. I don't swear anymore. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that when you have little 10-year-olds running around their mouths, sitting there dropping F-bombs wherever, is it really that cool? Or do you want them to say that? You probably don't even realize that your kids might be dropping those things at school and stuff. And why? Obviously, not right now. But they think it's the norm. They think it is normal to swear. They think it's normal to have sexual relationships before they are married. They think it is normal to go out to a party and get high and drink and all of that stuff. Why? Because that is what they are watching, that is what they are seeing, and it is not okay. So I don't know about how many of you guys have things in place, but I'm going to tell you right now, you have so much access. I don't know about Samsungs, but we all have iPhones. I'll pray for you if you don't have an iPhone. It's okay. I'll pray for you after this. I'm just kidding. Just totally kidding. But really, I can pray for you if you have a Samsung. But anyways, if you have an iPhone, if you have an iPad, if your kids have things, number one, if you are not checking on a regular basis on what they are doing and utilizing, I have stuff set up so they can't delete history if they have Safari, because some of my kids don't have Safari. Why? Because how easy is it for them to go on the internet and search on something, and the minute that they are exposed to a sexual content, guess what's going to happen? That's where their mind's going to run. So I'm going to tell you right now that it's crazy. So whatever you can look at, search or whatever, find the things that you can do to be a parent, right? Sometimes I think that parents will utilize these as an entertainment purpose to get kids out of, get out of my hair. Here you go. Just take it. Do whatever you want to do. Play your game where you're sitting there killing people. Go ahead and watch that movie where they're sitting there having sexual relationships. Oh, wait, and by the way, go ahead and listen to all this stuff. Because if you want your kids to grow up in a generation where this is normal and we're going to continue to go down a crappy path in life, great. Okay? However, I'm totally getting off sidetrack here. I want you guys just to understand that if you are a parent, it might be completely hard, and especially for me, I'm a single parent of 4. I'm the only head in my household, other than I guide them to the Lord as much as I can, but it's going to be their decision on what they do, right? How they make the decision. So I don't have another person backing me up saying, hey, you know what, your mom's right. Listen, this is why we stand. This is why we place boundaries in place. This is why we don't have you do that. And you know what? They could sit there and tell you. So I've had my kids, be like, well, we're not on games as much as other. And I'm like, listen, God's word says we're dropping this envy stuff, right? So if if you're going to sit there and say that they have this, that's their household. That's not my household. This is my rules and how God is guiding me to lead you. But I do look at my kids' things. I do monitor stuff. And if we sit down, we have conversations. There has been things that have come up in my household. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but there has been things that have been like sexting on one of my kids' things. And I'm opening up to talk to you about this because I want to be raw and real with you. And I didn't flip out. I didn't scream at them. I said, "Hey, what's going on? How, like, where did this come about? Like, how do we need it?" Like, and it was. They could even tell you the conversation that we had was really, really great. But I wanted to know where did they get exposed to this? You know, where did this exposure come from? How did this occur? Why are we searching this? And what can we do about it? And it's not easy because the, immediate reaction, I just wanted to be like, didn't I teach you better? Like, you know what I mean? But I get it. Kids are curious. We're built to want to learn certain things, whatever it may be. But I want to caution you guys that there is so much out there, even in the games that they are playing. I am so, and whatever, I'm strict. Call it whatever you want. But I know what I did when I was a child. I know what I was exposed to as a child. And I know how my life went from there to where it is now. And so I am very, very cautious. And I will put boundaries in place because I love my kids. And they know that. So whether you have an iPhone, whether you have a Samsung, I would sit down. This is what I would highly recommend. Sitting down and talking with your kids. Or you know what? Randomly, before you even talk to them, ask them to look at their phone. You can look at the history that they're searching on Safari. You can look at the history that they're searching on YouTube. You can look at so many different things that you could go on to. If there's a game where they can play that's... I wanted to say role playing. It's not what I'm trying to say. If there's a game that they can utilize that they can interact with other people, and I'm talking about, like, even I've found things where people were trying to reach out to my daughter when she was on Smule. Like, this is a singing app and stuff. And I was like, hold up. There was even a Dragon City where there was, and I should see if I still have the video and drop it below, but there was on Dragon City, they could create alliances on Dragon City, and there was one where it was only for girls to come on in, and you should see what they were talking about in the chat history, you guys. This was it's a kids game. Do you hear me? I see some eyeballs dropping off. They're like, Ashton, you're crazy. I'm done. I don't care what you think. I'm telling you how it is. It could be a kid game that you could get in. Do you understand that they are going to be exposed, and do you want them to be exposed? So figure out the things that you can do. Utilize your own resources as a parent. Hey, Tara, thank you for posting that. Utilize the resources that you have. Start to monitor what they are, and then place boundaries in place. They may not understand it, but I am going to tell you right now. Oh, girl, Roblox, TikTok, Trust me, I've wanted TikTok while we're here for quarantine as a family, but it would only be utilized on my iPhone. But I'm like, I even talked to the kids. I was like, I've been thinking about it. And they're like, yeah, we should do it for family. Then it's just on yours and you can be famous on there. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want... Like, I don't allow you to have it. And girl, you could sit there and say I'm a good mom. I have a whole lot of crap to figure out. I've been parenting for 16 years and I'm still a hot mess. I am not perfect by any means. I lose my cool at times, and then I ask for forgiveness, and not only to my kids, but to God and stuff like that. Like, I don't have my crap all together. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I am a perfect parent. I know exactly what's going down. I have had battles and struggles in my household, and it's because of the choices that I made that led me into being a single parent. I have kids that fight and battle and struggle because of how they grow up. They think that they're, like, for instance, you know, my daughter fights for attention because she doesn't have her dad there. And I'm not knocking, you guys, just hear me out here. but she's missing, she wants that affection, she wants that love, and she doesn't have it. And so it's a reach out of whatever. So anyways, like I said, I'm not perfect. I don't have everything put together. There's so many times that I'm like, why did I do stuff like this? Why didn't I do this? Or why didn't I do that? But I have put boundaries in place, and it is not easy. Let me tell you, like I said, it's not easy, especially as a single parent, not having another household adult to back me up behind what I'm doing. So guess what? I'm the one who's like and they won't call me mean. They don't tell me. They just say I'm strict, and they know that I love them. I sit them down and talk to them and tell them, I love you. I care about you. I care about the choices that you make, but this is why we have this in place. And like I said, there's a video that we watched that I'm going to post the link down below. I believe it's called Out of the Shadows, but it's the official video if you search it up on YouTube. And they really start to break down into about the whole Hollywood aspect of things. And, you know, I mean, that's just one thing. That's totally just one thing out of everything else. I said I wasn't going to make this video long. I see that people are popping in, popping out. So I just want to leave that there, that, like I said, to cover this all up, if you want to watch this video at the end here, is just be a parent and monitor what they are on. Set boundaries in place. Talk to them about why you're doing what you're doing. And when things do pop up that you're like, what the heck is that? Like, why are they doing that? Have a conversation with them. You don't want your kids to be afraid to come to you when crap goes down. You don't want them to be afraid to be like, well, I'm going to talk to my parent about that, because you know what's going to happen? They're going to flip out on me. And then you have those parents that, well, it's just fear that I'm putting into them. No. You still need trust. You want them to come to you to talk to you. But when you have those conversations, sitting down and talking to them like, this is why this isn't okay. You're not a bad kid. You made a poor decision, and guess what? Mama's made them too. And my kids know about my poor decisions that I made, because I am very open with them. I will sit there and talk to them about what I have done and why I put this in place. So have that conversation to them, allow them to come to you, or when you do find things that maybe you're going to be shocked about, that you go take a little walk before you have a conversation with them. Talk to them about what you're seeing, why it's not okay, and then go from there. But I'm telling you right now, everything that kids are in and watching and stuff is everything's desensitized. Why do you think, like I said, one of the biggest things that I'll go to is the whole, like, kids are so exposed to sexual relationships right now. It is nuts. When you have junior high, get like this is, I mean, even high school, but I ain't even gonna get there because I walked down my path. I was in high school when I was pregnant, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we have the ability to start to let them know this isn't the norm. This isn't what we should do. We should have conversations with them. So, all right, I could literally talk for a whole long time, but I really felt the Lord calling me to speak about this today, and especially with everyone being home and quarantined and maybe wanting to reach out to people, or maybe mama, daddy has to work. So guess what? Here you go, kids. Here's your babysitter for you. And I'm sorry that I'm saying it like that, but legit, like, here, just go watch whatever you want on Netflix. Go do this or go do that. No. Please don't. Please don't. So I just want to put that out there. Thank you guys so much for the interaction, Tara. I can't wait to look at all the stuff that you were saying. So, all right, you guys, I will talk to you later. Have an amazing, wonderful day, and let's get ready for the weekend.